brief history of me. I was in the military, which both my parents were, and so was most of the other people in my family. Great way to get away from home, not an experience I want to repeat. Although occasionally I get nostalgic and I think, well, if Don't Ask, Don't Tell is obliterated, then maybe I can, and then I remember, oh yeah, I'm trans. So, it doesn't matter to me. Mostly it's the people. I want to eat free at the mess hall because I'm a socialist. Anyway, I also work at a library which I call the Socialist Bookstore. Joke, by the way. Big joke. I did a brief study about Soviet Russia, and I have lots of things to say about socialism and... yeah. Anyway, I'm getting off on a tangent. So yeah, I was in the Navy, and then I have done retail work and whatever crap jobs I can get my hands on. And then I moved up to Washington State from North Carolina, and I got an immediate raise because the minimum wage was 8 something here, and it was only $5 there. Big raise. And they actually gave me food stamps here, which they wouldn't down there. And I'm making the same amount of money. And I actually get medical care here and everything. It's wonderful. Oh yeah, and the cops don't laugh at me. That was amazing. They don't laugh at me when I have to deal with perverts who... whatever. But I haven't had to deal with that lately, thankfully. So yeah, I've got my associates. I'm working on my bachelor's. I'll be getting my master's degree after that. And I'll be teaching blind people orientation and mobility, how to use their canes and whatnot. A good career, something I care about. Also, I hope to be teaching Braille. Still learning it myself. It's fun. Life is good. Life is very good. I am very happy. I am awesome. I am totally awesome and always have been. When I was younger, I wanted to kill myself, and then I sat myself down and I said, I haven't done everything I possibly could to make my life better, so I'll wait until I've done everything, and then I'll kill myself. And I decided, well, I can't do it until I turn 18 at least, because I didn't, I wouldn't be stuck at home forever. And I didn't want to join the Navy, but I did anyway to get away from home. It was very effective for that. Also a great way to save up money, which I spent, but that's another story. And I was still miserable for quite a while, and I said, well, I've still got other options. And then I got really despairing down in North Carolina, and then I had a friend up here who said, well, I've got a friend who needs someone to take up. Another person had left, and then an old job sent me money. Enough money to pay off my debts and everything. So I was very happy. I moved up here. It's been wonderful ever since. I got hormones, etc. Beautiful. I have this thing called privacy. I have the right to do whatever I want. A couple years ago, I hung up on my parents for the first time in my life, and it was beautiful. I didn't have to talk to them anymore. I didn't have to deal with any nonsense. I haven't even come out with them. I haven't even come out to them yet. They think I'm a lesbian, but they never said anything about it. But even without all the queer stuff, the situation was just awful. So I'm glad to be alive, glad to be here. It's definitely got better. It's gotten so much better. If you have access to the internet, thankfully you hopefully have an access to a bright, beautiful world where there's so much information. Make use of your local library. Hopefully it's well stocked with stuff you can use. Always remember that there are people like you. There's nothing wrong with you. Being a teenager sucks all around, not just if you're queer, but especially if you are queer or in some other minority or a combination of minorities. But also remember there are always people like you. And if you haven't done everything you possibly can to get away, don't kill yourself. Don't. Seriously, don't. It's a permanent solution to a temporary problem. I recommend that if you are contemplating it, see what else you can do. See, is there a safe house that you can go to? There are safe houses where teens who have had to leave or were kicked out by their parents, who happen to be trans or gay, they can go there. It's wonderful. They'll help them get jobs and everything. So see if there's something like that in your area. There's got to be something you can do. Don't let them kill you. And I know it's depressing with all these laws, but study your queer history as well. Whenever you get a chance, study and learn. Build up your identity, because you don't get one in the media, at least not a good one. If you're a trans man like me, you don't have an identity in the media. So you're going to want to study and figure out who your people are. At least to help me, so maybe it'll help you. I don't know. If you can possibly find support groups, great. But always remember, it will get better. High school sucks. High school is awful. High school is a terrible institution that I do not believe in, personally. I think that education is very important, but high school is just, it's a place to corral you in, and you get busy work, and you get used to being somewhere on time, and then you can maybe prepare a bit for college. College is much better. You get to choose your own classes and etc. So much better, especially if you get away from your parents. Unless you love them and you have a good relationship, but I'm cynical in that department because I didn't have that, and I know many people who did not. So anyway, hang on. It gets better. There are people like you who are successful. And when you're considering a career, you can either forge your way ahead into a career that none of us have ever really gotten, and you can forge the way, and that's awesome. Or you can follow other pathways that people like us have gone into and have a bit of an easier time. Look for careers that don't have enough people. Like I'm going into this thing where I'm teaching blind kids how to use their canes and blind adults how to do that. There is not enough people. There are kids who only do this. They get lessons once a week. That's why I'm doing it. Not just because I care, but because they can't tell me we don't want you, because they have no one else to turn to. Anyway, I'll be babbling, and I think my camera's gonna turn off again. So I'll leave you with that. It gets better. Don't believe anyone who tells you otherwise. It does. Yeah.